type of asexual reproduction we are going to see is vegetative propagation. So by the word vegetative propagation itself, it is clear that some vegetative part is going to take place here for the in case of reproduction. No spores or no buds are going to form here. Here vegetative part is going to be used for the next generation. Okay, so in animals, fungi and algae. Animals, fungi and algae, we use the word asexual reproduction when a single parent is used and the sex organs are not involved. We use the word asexual reproduction. The word asexual is used in case of animals, animals, fungi and algae. Coming to the plants, what do we call if a single parent is involved, no sex organs are involved? What do we call it as? We don't call it as asexual. We go for the word vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation means it is the involvement of vegetative part of a plant. What are the vegetative parts? Root, stem, leaves, we call as vegetative parts. So these parts are involved to propagate an organism or an entire plant. We call it as vegetative propagation. So in plants, when a single parent is involved, we don't use the word asexual, we go for vegetative propagation. Is this asexual and vegetative propagation same? Yes. Vegetative propagation is a type of asexual reproduction. Okay? And we get an offspring from asexual reproduction as well as in vegetative propagation we get an offspring. Can we call the offspring as clone? C-L-O-N-E. If you have seen my earlier videos, you will know what is meant by a clone. I told you, photocopy. What is photocopy? Main page will be there. We will take the copy of the main page. Same way, clone means nothing but copies. Main parent will be there. Just the copy of the parent is known as is happening here in case of vegetative propagation and asexual reproduction. No new characters are formed because the two organisms are not involved here. Single parent is involved. So the offspring will be the exact copy of the parent organism. We can call those offspring as clones. So can we call the offspring out of vegetative propagation as clones? Yes, we can call them as clones. Okay, this vegetative propagation. We have a word called vegetative propagules. What are these propagules? Propagules are nothing but plant units. What are they? Plant units. These plant units which are used to propagate a new plant, we call it as propagules. Okay? So if you are asked a question, what is a vegetative propagule? Vegetative part of a plant or unit of a plant which is used to propagate a new plant is known as vegetative propagules. Here are some list of propagules: runner, tuber, rhizome, sucker, offset, bulb. These are the vegetative propagules. They give new offspring. If you use these structures as the propagules, and new generation will be formed, that is, new offspring will be formed out of it. What are these? Runner, stolon, tuber, rhizome, sucker, offset, bulb. What are these? These are stems. These are modified stems. In vegetative propagation, why do they choose stems? They grow faster, less than a week. Okay, that is why the vegetative propagules are stems are used as vegetative propagules. So these are stems which are modified stems. What is the normal function of a stem? The normal function of a stem is the stem gives support to the plant. But what do this modified stem gives a plant? It gives special functions. They are not the normal stems, they are modified stems. they give some special, they do some special functions like storage of food, protection, support, like that. They do a special function. That is why they are called as modified stem. There are three types of modified stem: underground stem, subaerial, aerial. Okay, so here some of them are subaerial. Subaerial in the sense they will grow underground and they penetrate, they come outside the ground. Subaerial. So some part will be inside and later they will come out. That is known as the subaerial. And some are also tuber. These are also the stem, modified stem, which does storage of food. Okay, we'll see. What is this runner? Runner example is grass. Runner example is grass. It is a subaerial stem. And tuber, for tuber example, potato, sweet potato. And this rhizome, ginger, turmeric are the examples. And sucker, mint, bananas, these are the examples for sucker. And offset, water hyacinth, bulb, onion and garlic. So these are the modified stems of plants which are used as vegetative propagules to propagate a new plant by the process called vegetative propagation, which is the asexual reproduction. Okay? Why it is asexual reproduction? Because here no two parents are involved, no sex organ is involved. So this vegetative propagation is also a asexual reproduction. So potato, sugarcane, banana, ginger, dahlia. These are some of the plants. And you know how do these plants emerge? So these plants emerge from buds. Where are these buds present? Buds are present in the plant structure, and these are all the plants are the stem modification plants. Okay, modified stem of plants. All these plants has a stem modification. So in such modification we have buds. In the bud, these buds are called as eyes. Eyes of potato, banana, ginger. These eyes are also called as nodes, and these nodes are present in the modified stem of plants. Okay, these plants. And now these nodes comes into contact of the soil or water and they form roots and they develop into a normal plant. Okay, this is the way the vegetative propagation occurs. And these are the vegetative propagules, are the units of plants which will develop into a new plant. So buds, these buds are called eyes, and these eyes are known as the nodes. And the nodes, when they come into contact with the soil or water, what happens is roots are formed and it emerges into a new plant. This is in case of potato, banana, ginger, etc. We are going to see about terror of Bengal. Terror of Bengal, it is about a plant that is known as the terror of Bengal. The problem of the water bodies. Okay, which is the plant responsible for the problem of water bodies, or which is known as the terror of Bengal, is an aquatic plant called as water hyacinth. This water hyacinth is an invasive weed in standing water. In lakes and ponds, this weed will grow enormously in a fast rate. In an ecosystem, it is standing water is affected by this invasive weed. What is this weed? Weed is nothing but an unwanted plant. Tamil, it is known as color. Okay, why actually, what is the problem? Why it is named as terror of Bengal is it drains all the oxygen from water. If all the oxygen is depleted from water, what happens? We have many aquatic organisms, is it? In standing water, we have many aquatic organisms. These organisms will not get oxygen, and most of the fishes or all the fishes dies off because of this depletion. Okay, and this organism or this plant is not an native of Bengal. It is not a native of Bengal. It is an exotic species. It is from some other place. South American species it is. Okay. It is being brought to India and it is used in India. Why? because of two reasons. It has beautiful flowers and the shape of the leaf is also beautiful. So because of these two reasons, it was introduced in India. Okay, and it can be grown vegetatively. Okay, this can be grown vegetatively and propagate a new plant. It will grow very fast, but it is very difficult to get rid of, or it is very difficult to remove it. Okay, so this is about the water hyacinth. Terror of Bengal, if they ask, you have to write the name water hyacinth, which is an invasive weed, which is an aquatic plant. What does it do? It takes off all the oxygen from the water so that the fishes are dying off. Fishes die because of this water hyacinth. It can be propagated vegetatively, and this can be grown very fast, but it is very difficult to get rid of. So that's all about this vegetative reproduction. So this vegetative propagation is used, this ability is used by gardeners and farmers for propagating new plants for the commercial purpose. What is commercial purpose? To make money out of it. Okay, for that purpose, farmers and gardeners are using it to develop new plants. That's all about this vegetative reproduction. Next type of asexual reproduction is fragmentation. By the word fragmentation, we are able to understand there are some fragments occurring or fragments formed in this method. Okay, so the body of organism will be there. That body breaks into different pieces or fragments. Each fragment grows to an adult organism. Each fragment. Example is Hydra. This is known as fragmentation. Example, Hydra. Look at the picture. This is a full Hydra. This Hydra breaks into two pieces, 1 and 2. 1 will form into new organism and 2 will form into new organism. So both the pieces, fragments, are able to develop into a new organism. So fragmentation is a type of asexual reproduction. The body of organism breaks into different fragments. Each fragment is able to develop into an adult organism. Example, Hydra. Hydra is an aquatic organism. We know, we have already learned about Hydra in budding also. So Hydra is able to reproduce by budding as well as fragmentation. So this is about fragmentation. With this, our asexual reproduction chapter is over. And thank you. Thanks for watching. And if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and click the bell icon. Thank you. See you in another video.